Hi guys, Ray here from Man City Fan TV. Fingers crossed. We're going to do the Champions League draw any second now, so hopefully I'm live, or hopefully you're watching. I'm just going to try and keep up with comments. I'm going to have to obviously turn away now and again just to see the draw as it happens. And BT Sport are just going to the draw now, so I'm watching that on my laptop, chatting with you guys. Hey, I'm live. Andy. Good to hear you, Andy. So apologies. If it's coming up on the screen, then I can reply. So I'm just going to obviously watch the BT thing as it comes through. Try not to dislodge my phone, which is what I did earlier. Technology and all men sometimes doesn't work. So let's get your comments coming through, guys. Let's have a look. See if anybody's commenting yet. So let's go back to Ifan. It looks like Ifan. Let's have it. I don't care. Well, I don't care either. Hey, Jamal, my buddy. How you doing, Jamal? Yeah, all is well with me. Bad news overnight, but all my family and everybody, everything's well. Andy's going to be posting the draw as it happens. What a guy, eh? Teamwork. Let's have a look at what's going down. So we're about to go live. Here we go. So I should be able to focus on this and just nip across occasionally to see the suits at UEFA chit-chatting away, and I'm not listening to that. I've turned that off because I don't want to listen to them. Who do you fancy, Ray? Well, I fancy, to be honest, Ajax and Porto would be very, very nice, but we shouldn't fear anybody. We're good enough. We've shown that. We've proved that in the last 2 seasons. We shouldn't fear anybody. It'd be nice to avoid some of the big guns and let them take on each other. You know, for instance, Liverpool, Man United. That'd be a great tie. Or against one of them against Juve, one of them against Barca. That would be fantastic as well. So yeah, if I had a choice, I'd say Juventus versus Man United, Barcelona versus Liverpool, Spurs versus Ajax, and City versus Porto. I think that'd be a fantastic draw if that came true. I'd love it, absolutely love it. So yeah, guys, keep commenting. I'm sitting here waiting to reply to your comments. A load of you watching already. Absolutely fantastic, guys. We're going to do more of this live streaming as us old guys get to work. Hey, that's Cameron Dempsey. City till I die. City till we all die, mate. We all love the badge. We bleed blue. We're all together. John Walters, Liverpool, body and soul. I think we will get those. Well, I can't say that. Anyone but the Scousers will do. What channel is the draw on? Well, lastly, you can watch it. I'm watching it on BT Sport. I suspect you can watch it on UEFA.com if you haven't got BT. It'll be on Sky Sports as well, I'm sure. But I'm pretty sure you can watch it directly with UEFA.com if you haven't got a subscription to any of these pay channels. So yeah, it's still going on. I mean, I'm going to occasionally look down just to see what's happening, but just in case this side of the draw. But normally with these things, it can take 10-15 minutes while they do the preamble. Sempre Liebe, that's a long one. Stuart Marshall, yes, stuff Stuart Marshall. And if I watch it with Ray was on here, be careful with your language, guys, okay? We don't want to have any problems with the language, and be careful with what you say about other people. We don't want any problems with what you say either. Release the dogs of war. That's John Waltz as well, who let the dogs out. Fingers crossed, we'll get the draw that we like, draw that we favourable. But we shouldn't fear anybody. We're a top team, you know. Let's have a look. Cameron Dempsey, we can beat anyone on our day. Absolutely. I fear no one, neither do I. We have the best squad in the competition. Absolutely. And I hope we don't get, I missed that, might be Juve. I hope we don't get Juve either. There'll be a tough team, Juve. No swearing, John Walters, exactly. Keep it clean, Sempre Liebe, yeah, keep it clean. Show us your sunglasses collection, Sempre Liebe. Well, I will do one day when I put them all together. They're scattered around my house. I got some in my attic. I got some in my bedroom, you know, so I can take them off when I go to bed and put them on when I wake up. And sometimes I go to sleep in them as well, obviously. You know, in sunny Manchester, you know, in the summer when the sun's coming up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you need your sunglasses on. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. But I probably still have about 30 pairs, 25, 30 pairs. I don't really count anymore. I used to have more, but my kids break them from time to time. I break the odd one myself, but my kids generally the main culprits there. Yes, sunny Manchester, you need sunglasses all the time. Maybe we're getting somewhere with this. Could you imagine the scenes if we get a derby against Man United? Well, I mean, it could go crazy because you never know what might happen. To be honest, I would rather we win the FA Cup. I mean, I'd love the FA Cup, John. We haven't won it for 8 years. Your thoughts on possible transfer ban? I'm not worried about it yet. I expect something to happen, maybe one window or two windows. When is Mendy back? Mendy's in training. Fabinho doesn't play for City. Fabinho plays for Liverpool. We have Fernandinho. And that's Sandy. Morning, Ray. Morning, Sandy. I hope it's a lovely morning where you are. I have to lean in a bit to get this. But I think they're going to get ready for the draw. Fingers crossed. It looks like something's happening. Keep Sandy. No! Sandy, no! No! Transfer ban. We'll talk about it later. I mean, we're going to focus on the draw. If I get a chance to mention other things, I'll mention them. Transfer ban. I'm not too worried about it yet. They'll keep trying to ban us every year. They won't stop us yet. They're all after us. Irfan Ragush, I think it is. Dennis, I dreamt last night that we get Barcelona. Well, you know, dreams could come true. I hope it wasn't a wet dream, Dennis. We could get anybody. I don't care. You know, it's great if we get what's perceived to be an easy tie, like against Schalke, where, you know, in the second leg we got soap on people that we could, we got so ahead of them that we could take Sergio off after 60, 65 minutes. Red, we are getting a ban in 2 days. Sandy, don't worry about what you read in the Sun. You know, I wouldn't want me backside with that newspaper. Don't worry about what's in the press. Look, what happens in the press, they put a lot of stories out, get one or two right, and then they shout to everybody, we got these right. Okay, Sandy. So don't worry about it. You know, yes, it looks like we potentially could get a ban. I dreamt of Catherine Jenkins and beating the Rags 10-0. Well, I'd rather beat the Rags 10-0 than worry about whoever Catherine Jenkins is, mate. So don't worry about what you read in the papers. As I said, they just put a load of crap out there, hope to get some of them right. And then when they get it right, say, hey, we told you so. And the ones they get wrong, well, let's be a little bit quiet about that. You know, they're very, very quiet. So it's like their apologies when they've written something and they get done for it. Wow, she's fit, Ray. Well, Sandy, well, you know more than me, mate. I'm happily married man, don't need to look around. But let's try and keep to the football, lads. As much as we can, let's stick to the football. Cameron, I think the 89th Football Group should try to get that side stand as a blue wall like Dortmund do. Well, I think, I think, Cameron, we are trying to, when the North Stand gets redeveloped and we get a third tier, they're trying to get 10 to 12,000 people together and have a singing section. We're waiting to see what happens on this safe standing, whether we can get the safe standing like they have at Dortmund and other grounds in Europe. So in European competitions, we are not allowed to stand. You have to sit down. So they have to get the standing rails sorted out. Merlinga, we can dispute the ban. Yeah, maybe. I don't think we'll get it delayed if we do. Simply, you look like with a hair transplant. Too late for that. 7, Nick, it's gone too quick. Should do it like Spurs have. It's fantastic, Sandy. Yeah, you know, if we can get a big 10, 12, even 15,000 fans all crammed in, well, I won't say crammed in there, but all there safely, it would be absolutely fantastic. Chris Lindley, don't want Barcelona, Ray. Chris, don't worry about whoever we get. Whoever we get, that's who we get. Not going to worry about it. No, we can't get it delayed. See, it all really depends. I think it's going to depend on this potential transfer ban. I call it the K-Packs. I like that, Sandy. The potential transfer ban kind of is going to depend because the European clubs, they managed to delay it a little bit. Semper but had to read your comments twice. So that was Dennis. So they've had it theirs delayed a little bit. Anyway, away first leg, it doesn't matter. I think Chelsea had 29 things against them. Harry's here. Anyone but United, please. Yeah, Chelsea had 29 counts against them, so they got a 2-window transfer ban. Expanded capacity will be 63,000. I think it might be a touch more than that, which is bigger than most of the grounds in England. I think you only got the Rags over in the next county, who will have a bigger stadium than City. But this transfer ban, Chelsea got two-window transfer ban. They couldn't delay whilst they're appealing. But we might be able to delay it because what we've potentially, allegedly done is a lot less serious. What do you think of the Rags having to change the game? Look, if Man City and Man United are both drawn at home in the first leg, they can't play on alternative nights. That's the council who said that. Safe standing is what English football needs. That's from John Walters. Loved what you said about the Sun. Media will celebrate it for their to play. Oh, come on, let's keep it on the straight and narrow, okay? I don't want to talk about things like that. But yeah, the media, as I said, don't worry about the media. As I said, most of what they print generally is absolute tosh. You know, all these transfers that are going to happen, all that's going to happen, all that. And if in 2 weeks' time there's no transfer ban, or it's only one window, they won't say much about it. You know, it'll be a footnote. Whereas if they get it right, they'll be blasting it. We told you so. It was an exclusive. Well, it's a load of rubbish, okay? An exclusive from me. Don't believe what you read in the papers. Heating those balls up as we speak. Well, and I hope it's the balls in the big ball that are heating up. Man City, Fan TV, UEFA didn't delay Chelsea's ban. That's true, Semperliber. But that's because I think Chelsea were guilty of a lot of offences. What do we need is a second leg at home. I don't mind that. But Semperliber, Chelsea were guilty of 29 offences. So that's why they got battered by FIFA. And that might be, it's only conjecture, that might be the reason that they wouldn't delay this ban. City are up for as many accounts. Sandy Ken UK, UEFA said the Rags have to change. Yeah, if City and United are drawn at home, United have to change. Now, some people are saying it's because City finished higher in the league. Some people are saying that it's because City have a higher coefficient now than Man United, so we play at home. Hi, Iona Beats. Hi, it's Simon here. And some other people are saying United have to play away the first leg because City are a bigger club. Draw coming up now. Ajax first. Yeah, I'm not even looking at the draw. I'm looking at your... when's the draw start? It's starting now. Ajax out first. Get a quick slurp because I'm not going to get time. Liverpool coming. Ajax versus City would be fantastic. That's Iona Beats wants Liverpool. I don't want to look Liverpool yet. I'd love it to... You know, to play Porto or Ajax. I mean, we'll have a great time in Amsterdam if we play Ajax. We'll be there. Yeah, we want revenge. Ajax City. Come on, City. Ajax versus Juventus. There you go. Ajax versus Juventus. Yeah, anybody, Sandy. Anybody will do. Ajax versus Juventus. It's not, you know, the draw that I would like. I would have loved Juve to play one of the English teams apart from City. But hey, you know, whatever comes out, that's what you've got to take. You've got to accept it. Can't argue, can't complain, can't cry. We'll take anybody. But on the other hand, I've got to look at it this way. If I had one team that I didn't want to play, against, and that was Juventus. So I'm glad we're not playing Juventus. I look at the rest of the teams and say they're easier, if you can actually say easier. Cameron Dempsey, big game that Ajax have a good chance. Iona Beats, happily Juve have gone. Yeah, I'm happy Juve have gone. As I said, I didn't want to play against Juventus. They're too good a team to be playing right now over two legs. I mean, defensively, they're very, very strong. And up front with Ronaldo, LFC versus Porto coming out. LFC versus Porto. John Malters, I don't think we're getting Liverpool because it's LFC versus Porto, as Andy just said. Yeah, City versus Tottenham could well be Merlinspar. I'll get it right in the end. So yeah, I mean, English teams playing the English teams. That's definitely going to happen. So who are City going to play? United? I mean, you could end up with City playing United in the FA Cup semi-final. You could end up with City playing United in the league. You could end up City playing United in the Champions League twice. So 4 games in the space of a few weeks. It's going to be mental. Absolutely mental. Getting tickets for away games like United is absolute. It's like gold dust. Spurs versus City. Would you take that? Spurs playing at home first leg and City away? That's not a bad draw for City, let's be quite honest, to Spurs versus City. So, the smelly old rags, yuck. Not sure about that, John. Sandy Ken, UK, yes. Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump. And we got this one in the bag. That's from Iona Beats. Yeah, Iona Beats, I think we got that in the bag. City coming through for me. So Barca versus United. Fantastic. New stadium as well for Spurs. And we'll get a slightly bigger allocation. Well, I think at Wembley we've got a big allocation as well. But you get a slightly bigger allocation anyway from through UEFA. And the Champions League allocation is going to be Cameron Dempsey. We should touch wood be going through that. I don't know whose wood you're touching, Cameron. Iona Beats. Ha ha ha. Well, obviously laughing at the same joke I'm laughing at. So let's see. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. United home first leg, so that's going to be reversed. So United are going to play Barca. Fingers crossed Barca stuff them at home and stuff them away as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. That is a kick in the pants for United. There you go, Sandy Kane, UK. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to show United. You can say you're a bigger club, but you're being slapped in the face. You're going to have to play the second leg at home. Sandy Ken was right. Great draw from City. That's Andy saying that. Yep, Man City Fan TV. Great draw for City. Absolutely fantastic draw for City. Spurs. And there's lots of things to say why it's a good draw for City because I'll say one of them. We're not going into Europe to play. You know, our lads can go down on the train. Sandy Ken UK. Yeah, Andy, see you there. Sample Lever. Andy, we play at Spurs new stadium. They'll be right up for it. Yes, they will Sample Lever, but you've got to also remember it's a new stadium for them too, so they'll be getting used to it. And you saw with Wembley, I think, you know, it can be difficult. Semi-final potential draw. Yeah, we forgot about that. Forgot to mention that. So we've got the semi-finals up now. So that's going to be very, very interesting how to nip out. That's Orlan Laws. Who have we got? We've got Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur. Spuds, as we call them. Juve or Ajax in the semi. Well, let's hope Ajax get through. I mean, we've got to look. End of the day, you want to win the Champions League, you're going to have to beat some top teams. So if Juve do get through, it's going to be fun. Liverpool will have to play Barca or United, so it's going to be incredible. John Walters, Spurs like watching Prisoner Cell Block H. Nice, well, you know, let's make fun of Spurs time. It's incredible. I'm just getting a lot of WhatsApp messages on my phone about the draw from the sports club that I'm a member of. Sample Libre, who do we play in the semi? That'll be Ajax or Juventus. Sample Libre. Iona beat City versus Barca final. That would be fantastic. You know, it's like football's coming home with City versus Barca with proper football rather than long ball football, rather than defensive football. You know, good open attacking football with two teams who want to win. And they're looking to score goals rather than prevent goals. So absolutely fantastic. I'm getting, come on guys, keep the messages coming because I'm getting tons. Rizwan Kabir, Man City, Liverpool, Juventus, Barcelona semi-finals. Mark the Blue, great draw for us in Barca, absolutely fantastic. Sandy Ken UK, Hotspurs get the new stadium blues. Yeah, we will. Get your hotels booked for Madrid. Andy's a little bit excited there, I think. Personally, I'll wait to see what happens. I'm not going to worry about booking a hotel in Madrid because right now the prices are really, really high already, and I'm not going to count my chickens before they've hatched. And to be quite honest, if we do get to the final in Madrid, I wouldn't be staying in Madrid anyway. I'd book something 2 or 3 hours away and come in on the train. John Walters, boom, Spurs are doomed. Well, let's not get carried away. Rizwan Kabir, Man City versus Juventus finals. I don't think so because we'll be playing in the semi-finals against them if we both get through. Ifan Ragush, perfect draw for us, and we play Ajax or Juve in the semi-finals. Absolutely, fantastic draw to see. You know, if Liverpool get through, if United get through to play each other. Only joking, but the draw could have been worse. Absolutely, the draw could have been worse. You know, Spurs are a good team. They're on the slide a little bit, so we play Spurs in the quarters and Juve in the semis. Well, so I'm probably with that's it. If both of us get through, Sandy, Ken UK. Next question: any tickets for Spurs away will be great received. I think we'll get a decent allocation. Ifan Ragu, City versus Barca final, where might well be, and another one from Rizwan Kabir, City versus Barca final. Mark the Blue, let's hope Bertie Biggins is fit. Let's hope everybody's fit by then. Let's hope Mendy's back. Let's hope Company's back. Good draw for City, Ray. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. You know, I'm still getting messages coming through. Even Man City have just sent me a message to say who we're playing in the quarterfinals. You know, hey guys, you're 5 minutes or 10 minutes late with that message, Man City. So absolutely fantastic draw for City. You know, let's have a look. Nick Hubble. Liverpool got a nice draw. Everybody's got a tough draw. Some people get Precious Blue on tonight. I need to ask him questions. I think that'll be later in next week. John Walker's big shout for Bertrand and from absolutely. That's going to be pre-screened, I think, next week. Sandy, can you, to be honest, pumping for a City-Liverpool final? Wow, that could be very interesting, City versus Liverpool. It'd be very interesting when we've got VAR, and fingers crossed, no more dodgy offside goals and offsides given when we score. It's going to be very, very interesting. But as I said, we're going to get. I think we get a slightly higher allocation than a league game through UEFA for the Champions League game. So Spurs, for argument's sake, they've got a 60,000 stadium. For a league game, we'd get. I think we'd get. Let's have a look. Nick Hubble, Spurs will be a great game. Absolutely, Sandy Ken UK. Have they got buses in Madrid? Oh, come on, guys. We're not going to belt the buses. Let Liverpool do that. I think if you misbehave in Spain, you'll get treated a lot more severely than by the Spanish police than if you misbehave on Merseyside and you're a Scouser. I believe you and me. But for a league game, we normally get about 3,000 tickets for the away fans. Spurs, I think we'd have probably got about 6,000 or something, or you know, a really decent number. So I expect, you know, guys, if you want to go, you can go. Sandy Ken UK, good. We are good fans. Yeah, I mean, overall, most City fans are pretty decent, pretty friendly. Pretty well informed on as to football. Some believe City bounce in the final, could well be, but let's not count our chickens. We've got to, you know, win a couple of games. They've got to win a couple of games. But I like it. You know, if United want to get to the final, they're going to have to get through Barca. If Liverpool want to get to the final, they'll have to get through Barca or United. A lot of tough games. So yeah, and he's commenting there. We've got Spurs. I think Reese, was it Reese Woodbridge? I didn't see. Reese has gone through with his comment. So I'll turn my laptop off because that's not needed anymore. So guys, keep those comments coming through. I'm gonna have another slurp. And you know, I got an F here. I wish I had another mug with a U, and that's my message to FIFA. That's my message to UEFA, FA Premier League, anybody else who wants to listen. Merlin Spa, will the Spurs game be open? I think it'll be an open game. John Watts, you guys at Semifinal TV Traffic Jump. Thanks, mate, John. We do it for you guys. It's all free. We don't ask you for any money. We don't, you know, ask you for anything at all. Harry Siddall, avoiding Liverpool and United in the outside draw, absolutely fantastic. Iona Beats, ha ha ha. Sandy Ken UK, I like the draw. We couldn't have had much better. This is the Champions League, guys. No easy games. Merlin Spa, or they will defend. Look, I can see the Spurs versus City game being like a league game. Spurs will not be open. They'll not be attacking us because they worry about us on the counter. So I can see it being like the league game down there where we'll have a lot of the ball. I expect at least 65% of the ball, unless Spurs score an early goal and we're under pressure. So fingers crossed. Anything, get a goal in the first half, it'd be fantastic. Not too bad. Cheers, Ray. That's Blue Heart. How you doing, Blue Heart? It's a good draw for us, you know, against Spurs. And as I said, we're going to go down to London to play the game. So we're going on the train. Iona Beats, most importantly, avoiding Barca until the final. It's amazing, fantastic. But going down on the train is much better than flying out of the country. Sandy Ken UK, got to go, Ray. See you later, Sandy Ken UK. And he'll be on about 5:30ish tonight, and we'll have another live stream. Berlin Spa, thanks, Andy. Well, after thanks as well to Andy. But I'll repeat, going down on the train to London, coming back on the train from London against Spurs, much better than flying out to someone like you know, to play in Turin. Pep versus Messi final, written on in the stars, could well be. But yeah, flying out to Turin or flying out to Barcelona. I mean, it's only a short flight, but I'd rather our guys stay in this country. Who have United got? That's Jerry Gow. Jerry Gow, fantastic player. United got Barca. We love playing at Wembley. Yep, Mark, we played at Wembley probably 10 times in 10 years or more now. Get your questions in, Andy says. Get your questions in for later for the live vlog question and answer session at 5:30. Andy will be handling that. I'll do a little bit of moderating, I think, for that, but I've got to go out. My kids have got Muay Thai boxing tonight. get them there. Only 10 and 11 years old, but they're giving me a pasting at the moment. They're, practicing on my stomach. Walid Legami playing at the new stadium. Absolutely, Walid will be playing at the Spurs new stadium if it gets its safety certificate. It's not in the bag yet. They've got to do a couple of test events, I think, to get that safety certificate. At least one. They might have to do a second, if it depends on how the first one goes. Liverpool got an easy draw. That's Azuddin. I'm not so sure it's an easy draw. I mean, they might have the easy draw in the quarters, but look who they might have in the semi, United or Barca. Sun coming out in Bolton. John Walters, hey, we're in north of England, mate. Sun's coming out everywhere. Reece Woodbridge, hi Reece, how you doing, mate? Is it the first game out of the new season? Could well be if they get that safety certificate. I'm going to be thanks for doing the live stream. Hey guys, we loved it. I'm actually loving doing this live stream. I have to talk a bit quickly though. Son Praliba, thoughts on New Zealand attacks, guys? It's very, very sad. I cried a lot this morning. I'm in tears reading about some of that stuff. Same way I was in tears. I was in Paris when they had the Bataclan attacks, and I was thinking that evening to miss work and go into Paris, actually in that area, to go and watch a film with the family, but I went to work instead, and I came home to hear about that. It was absolutely terrible, and my heart goes out. My prayers are with all the families, the victims, and their friends. It's a very sad day. And it makes me reflect on the Manchester attacks, on the London attacks. My wife and her brother were in London at the time, and she was going in late for work that day of the 7/7 attacks, and so she avoided that. Really, really sad day. As I said, for all of them, I've shed tears, and I went to the gym this morning and I was blubbing like a baby. But hopefully, guys, you stay good. Be nice to your neighbour. Be good to your neighbour. Look after each other. Do nice things. The majority of us out in the world, we're nice guys. We're decent people, and it's our voices that should be heard. So we should be pushing to do nice things and good things, and look after each other. Even Liverpool fans. Be nice to them. Even United fans, be nice to them. Come on, guys, let's get your comments coming through. We'll probably keep going live for a few more minutes. And, talking about the draw. It's not safe anymore, that's Reece. Well, I wouldn't worry about that, mate. I just keep going on with my daily life, and not to worry too much about stuff. Look, we've had fans attacking players on the pitch in the last week or so, and fans attacking fans. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong, and a few morons are spoiling it for other people. The attacker, well, yes, I know it sounds unbelievable, but look, I mean, one of the reasons I didn't go to a lot of football when I was a little kid, because of the racism and the hooliganism, and my dad was worried, and I had to be a little bit older before I could do that. If City win, this is Master 06, if City win, we'll probably face Juventus. Probably, you never know. I mean, Madrid thought they'd be Ajax, and Ajax turned them over, so you never know what's going to happen. And Valero, exactly, yep. Some mad people out there. But be good to each other. There's no need for this vitriol. We create sometimes this hatred and other stuff when it's not absolutely not necessary. And it's hard to talk to your kids and try and explain this to them. Couldn't ask for another team, Henry Jr. We could ask for whoever we want. We've got whoever we've got. We've got Spurs. You never know. I mean, Spurs have been on the slide in the league. I've had some tough times. If you looked at it 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were challenging for the league title. Now they're out of that, and now they're fighting for fourth to maintain a place in the top 4. So, but in the Champions League, you can't knock Spurs. You can't knock Spurs for what they've done after having, 1 point after 3 games. They managed to get through. They got a draw in, Barca. They beat Inter Milan. They hammered Dortmund at home. They beat Dortmund away. Very professional. Spurs are doing very, very well in the Champions League. So it might be that they, if they struggle, they might in the league, they might look at the Champions League to get them through. Henry Jr., I believe in City. I wasn't afraid of facing anyone. They should be scared of us. Absolutely. Azharuddin, will we be facing Spurs back to back twice? I think City can do a win over Spurs. We might not face Spurs back to back if we get through in the maybe in the FA Cup. I think that's scheduled for the FA Cup semi-final weekend. Well, that's message retracted. Love you, Ray. Love you, Ray, on Flog It. Jerry Guy. I don't know about Flog It. I don't know where that comment's come from. Another slurp. and get this coffee drunk even. Um, Adam, let's hope Ajax do a black magic on to beat Juventus. Absolutely. Ali Mohammed is the first leg in the new stadium. Should be if Spurs get their safety certificate. So the way it normally works is you do a test event with several thousand people, and that helps you to get your safety certificate. John Walters, when I was a kid, I thought Spurs and Tottenham were two different teams, both rubbish. My kid asked me last night, a Spurs Tottenham, because it is a bit confusing. Reece Woodbridge, I want a Liverpool or United. Spurs is okay, we'll be top away there, absolutely. Mark the Blue, I can smell a bet with my daughter, Yido husband. Well, we'll see what happens. Spurs will be a great away day. Andrew, happy with that, gents. Already looking to the semis. Well, Andrew, I don't look further than the next game. Altieri or whatever, I think City can do a win over Spurs. The semis-finals, though it's likely to be against Juventus. Who knows? Who knows? Manjinder, City have to stay away from injuries. Absolutely, Adam. I don't want Barcelona Juventus. Well, the only way we'll play Barcelona is we'll be in the final, so we won't have a choice. And Juventus will be in the semi-finals if they beat Ajax and we beat Spurs. Lots of City fans on Twitter saying City versus Barca final. That's from Andy. Chris Welch is saying Juventus and Liverpool missed that one. Reese, it's a possibility. Actually, we play United in the FA Cup final and the Champions League. Wow, what games would that be? United in the FA Cup final, United in the Champions League final. Fingers crossed. If that happens, we smash them both times. You know. I just look forward to the next game. I just want to keep winning game after game after game. All I'm interested in now is Swansea. I'll be down at Swansea, guys. Master 06, the final could be City versus Liverpool. Yep, it could be City versus Liverpool. It could be City versus Barca. It could be City versus United. It could be City versus Porto. If United can beat Juventus, so can we. Hey, right now, you've got to see anybody can beat anybody else. That was Henry Jr. David Wayne. Love this man, City TV. Need more live posts at matches, though. Hey, fingers crossed. Swansea on Saturday. I'll be there, and will promise to do a live vlog. Ali Mohammed, hopefully KDB and Fernandinho can come back after the international break. Fernandinho was due to be fit around about now. When he was injured a few days later, Pep said he might be back for the Swansea game, but more likely after the international break because we're not going to risk him against Swansea. John Walters, let's win the league first. Absolutely. Some saying UEFA have set it up for a Ronaldo Messi final, Andy. Possibly. I mean, that would really suit UEFA. It wouldn't suit them to get City there, but hey, if we smash whoever we play, they can't stop us. Juventus, Liverpool, Barcelona, Man City, all through. Well, we'll see what happens. Chris Welch, Master 06, when is Ben Mendy? I presume that means fit. Apparently, he's supposed to be training this week, just gone. He's had a few training sessions. Master 06 coming back. Yeah, Ben Mendy's coming back. Well, he should be fit. I can't see him playing this weekend. He is in the French squad. I can see him coming back after the international break. Henry Jr. and Ronaldo would have to pass through us, and I don't see that happening. Well, exactly. Juventus would have to beat City, but you've got to remember they're a good team. 2241C, I'm happy with the draw. Absolutely. You know, I wasn't really worried about anybody we'd face. Reece Woodbridge, I would be surprised knowing UEFA. Yeah. Transfer ban, not worried. We've got too many good players. Chris Welch, happy with your draw. Must be me. I'm not worried about the transfer ban. I've said so already because we've got a really good squad. Manjinder, come on City, absolutely. David Wayne, what is best group for home tickets? I ain't been since I was not till I get 70. Well, I mean, there's not going to be that many home tickets available, I think, for the City game because we've got so many season card holders, so many people on the cup scheme. As soon as that's announced, you got to get in early if you can. You got to get in early. There will be the odd ticket floating around, but look, all these games are big games, you know, and we want to play against Spurs. It's already written City or Juve versus Barca final. Absolutely, you know, one way or the other. You get Ronaldo versus Messi, or you get Pep versus Pep version 3 versus Pep version 1. City versus Barcelona. That'd be very exciting. Reese, Fernandinho better keep himself in top condition. We might see the kids used more. Troy Scott Jr. When we beat Spurs, does that mean we play the winner of Ajax versus Juventus? If we beat Spurs, let's not count our chickens. Yes, we would play the winner of Ajax versus Juventus. Because the semi-final draw has already taken place. Adam, yes. I don't know what that's for, but I'll say yes with a bit of gusto for Adam. I suspect that he was talking about the semi-final draw. Woo! Let's keep going. Come on, guys. Let's see what else. Yeah, we're getting a lot of stuff coming through. All on-laws, City vs Liverpool final. Let's sort the men from the boys once and for all. We'll see. Adam for this question. Don't know what. Oh yeah, that was a semi-final question. David Wayne, who did the quiet lot get? Well, they're all quiet lots compared to us. United playing Barca, Liverpool playing Porto. 2241C. I'm really worried. Don't worry about anybody. 2241C. Don't worry about anybody. Juventus, Ajax, Barcelona. Don't worry. City. If we're destined to win it, we're destined to win it. We are a very good team. Don't forget that. David Wayne. Oh, with a bit of emphasis on the oh. Don't worry, David. Don't worry about anything, David. City, good team, good squad. Transfer ban, not worried. FFP, not worried. Juventus or Barcelona or Liverpool or Man United, not worried. We just take every game as it comes. Henry Jr., let's give Spurs, well, it's very quick, these going through Reece. I'm going to Madrid without a ticket, absolutely Reece. John Walters, Liverpool was written on the back of the Titanic. Look, if we get to Madrid, we get the club gets 17,000 tickets, so there's a very good chance all supporters will get tickets who are on the season card holders who have got on the cup scheme. Withenshaw Blues, big up, that's David Wayne. Yep, absolutely. Withy Blues, 2241C, should I book the tickets for that? Absolutely not. I don't book anything. You know, I'm prepared to wait and wait and wait. We're a good team, but we don't take anything for granted, you know. Let's see what happens. And yeah, as I said, if we get to Madrid, I'll probably stay 2 or 3 hours away and coming on the train. M20K TV, I'm not worried about anything can happen, but I'm pretty comfortable. Me too. I'm ex-Withy. That's Andy. Yeah, Andy Woodhouse back. He's a Withy Blue. You can take the kid out of Withy, but you can't take the kid out of. You can't take the Withy out of the kid. Andy is still a Withy kid. He's a Withy man now. Believe if you knew what Withy Show was like in the 70s, Andy's still the same. Richard Forbes, who did we get, mate? And who did the Sky Scum get? Well, the Sky Scum got Porto. We got Spurs and Reece Woodbridge, whiz and draw. Well, I don't know what whiz and draw means, Reece. I hope that's clean. This coffee's getting cold. Come on, guys, keep those questions coming in, keep those comments coming in, and we've got a few more minutes. I've got to go out later on, see my kids swimming in a competition at school. 2241C, yeah, Spurs playing at White Hart Lane or Wembley. Well, White Hart Lane's gone. You know, they're playing at the new ground. That should be the game at the new ground, to be honest. If they get that safety certificate, they're going to do a test event. If it passes and they get the safety certificate, we'll be playing there. If it doesn't pass, they might try and squeeze another test event in to get that safety certificate. Mark the Blue, can you imagine the Rags faces now? Yeah, they'll be crying. Richard Forbes, thanks, no worries, mate. Noor Amr, thoughts on Barcelona Man U? Fantastic for Man U. GTR 35, DTX 400. Absolutely, mate, and no idea what that means. David Wynn, I get that shirt you're wearing signed. I got that shirt signed. Well, you haven't got this one signed. I'd love to get this signed. Adam, let's hope KDB's fit for this match. I think he will be. And this is my Aguero shirt. I'm not going to turn around and show you. But yeah, this is my Aguero shirt. I'd love to get it signed. I've got a shirt signed by a few. I've got a shirt signed by Pep, Bernardo Silva and Fernandinho, I think. What was the first game you saw at Main Road? I honestly cannot remember. I'm that old. Henry Jr. So we will be the first team playing. It could well be Henry. You know, Barca's about to whoop them. I hope so. I'll be honest. I cannot remember. A lot of people remember the first game. I can't remember the first game I went to see at Main Road because it was so long ago, and I can't remember many of the games I went to see in the 80s, especially. David Wayne, Wolves was mine. We got beat 1-0, well, mate, you know. Going in the 80s, and especially in the 90s, we used to get beat a lot. So as I said, I can't honestly remember. Honestly can't remember. I just remember going to Main Road. Sometimes it smells a bit of people's leakages. You know, they used to use the kickbacks as a toilet sometimes. Let's hope Ajax beat Juve and Porto beat the Skies. 2-2 let's hope that happens. David Wayne Mainstand was so quiet. Yeah, you know, it was great going to City. I remember going with my mates. I remember when we bought, was it Steve Daly? One of my mates said, I want to see what my money's helped to buy. And, well, I think we wasted our money. Our money helped to buy some rubbish in those days. So, and it wasn't, you know, my memory wasn't due to whatever I was taking. March 1970, Andy remembers that Norwich, Dennis Stewart against Norwich. But I still say I can't remember. I can't remember. My 70s and 80s, they're a bit of a haze. Even some of my 90s, bit of a haze. I remember going around London a lot when I used to work down there. I used to live there for a while, down in Guildford, around Guildford. I used to go a lot of the London away games, and we just used to get beat. We hardly ever scored, and it was a bit depressing that sometimes, you know, you spend your day going to a game and City would get hammered. You know, we're going to Chelsea, we got beat. Arsenal got beat. QPR, I think we might have got a draw QPR once. I don't know if that's gone too quick. You guys are going too quick. Mark the Blue, was you there for the 5-1 massacre? I think Andy was. I remember I had a load of t-shirts after that day. My dad got me a load of t-shirts. We went into Manchester and got a load of t-shirts. I remember got one of holding the United players throw and going, you know, massacre 5-1. Yeah, we dined on that for years. City to dismantle Spurs. That's Abdi Hakim. Hope so, mate. Reece Woodbridge. We shouldn't have moved the ground. To be honest, we had to. We needed to do something. We needed some redevelopment. A lot of money needed to be spent on main road, and it's a shame, you know, we couldn't knock it down and build it again or expand it the way we would have liked. John Walters, my brother and sister, was stewards at Main Road in the early 1990s, letting your age slip there. John, David Wynn, we need. I didn't say we needed to get out of my side. You know, the ground was a bit decrepit. It needed many tens of millions spent on it to get it up to standard. And we needed a bigger stadium, you know, let's be quite honest. And moving to the City of Manchester Stadium as it was then, you know, we straight away went to a 47,000 brand new stadium. They should have built on that line in the Huff End. Yeah, Reece, that's what I was saying. You know, maybe now if we had that time again, they'd do that. Lived in Horton Road, that's Andy. David Wayne, it's now Gooch versus Donington on Derby Day. John Walters. Oh, John, come on, mate. We don't do that. That's absolutely bang out of order. Okay. I like to make fun of other teams, but there's a line you can't cross, and we don't cross that line. Absolutely don't cross that line, guys. It's disgusting. Reece Woodbridge, I know lots of old City fans that can't do the journey anymore. Such a shame. Yeah, it is a shame, but look, mate, you know, the world moves on, you know. All these new applications and all this new technology, you've got to try and embrace it as best you can, because you can't live in the past. And sometimes I wish we could live a few years ago, because there's too much going on. Sometimes with technology these days, I can't comprehend it. You know, you hear, I tend to hear about sort of stuff 2 years out of date. My kids have to show me how things work. Yeah, so, all right, John. Sorry, mate. I'll take that back. But you know, we've got to be careful of what we say and do. Have you visited Andy's house and vice versa? Andy's not come round to mine. GTR 35, never invited him. But look, we're both busy guys, and it's hard. You know, we tend to meet at the ground or in London, or when we go to Wembley. It's very hard to take the time to go around and meeting people. Morzine, Golishpur, Morzine, just want to say hi and decent draw, late for work. Hey, Morzine, don't be late for work. Get off to work. I can't afford to be late today. I've got to see my kids swimming. Both of them, Huff End. Yeah, that's David Wayne. Nice seeing you at Wembley. That's Brett Vollum. Oh yeah, Brett the Irish fan. Good draw, I think. Happy days, mate. Well, Richard, if you got a semi just from the draw, mate, you got a problem. Miss John Walters. Reece Woodbridge, I played football at Huff End a few times. Should have built the Etihad there. Well, you know, hey, guys, I'm going to say this. I've played at Etihad Stadium in a charity game. Must have been more than 10 years ago. I played a charity game, and I actually captained one of the teams. I got the captain's armband. I played on the same team as Andy Hinchcliffe. On the opposition was David White. And David White, even then, you know, he would have been best part of late 30s, mid to late 30s. He took the mick out of me. I think I was playing right back. He was playing left wing. He absolutely took the mick out of me. No way local football needed Huff End. Adam, how goals did he score? Adam, I don't know. Probably that's for Andy, not for me. When I played my charity game, I didn't score any goals, none whatsoever. I really running down the wing. I'll tell you what, Reece, I wasn't running down the wing. I was trying to man mark David White. who took the mick out of me because he kept pretending to start running, and I started running. Played at Main Road 3 times for Manchester Boys, that's Andy. But I've got to say, I had David White in my pocket because I was faster than him. Paul Lake dropped me in it once, playing true from skill. Don't do that, David. Yeah, I mean, David White took the mick out of me because in those days, I was really fit. I was doing a lot of sports, playing football probably twice a week, doing a lot of running, playing badminton, squash, gymnastics, whatever I could do, I was doing down the gym. I did a lot of athletics, so I was a big, decent-looking guy in terms of figure, quite an athletic guy, and I had a lot of energy. Faster than David White. Reece, hey, look, Reece, at that time, I was super Chris's emu. Oh, look, I missed that. Sorry, mate. Reece, probably at that time, I mean, poor old David, he had problems with his ankles, I think, and he's never really recovered from that. And he's still suffering now. So probably when I was in my late 30s, I was probably faster than David White. Or I certainly had more energy, more stamina, because I was playing football and doing athletics. David Wayne, Hoomer was Walshy. Paul Walsh, yeah. What, faster than White? Mate, in my 30s, I was faster than Whitey. I was running 5,000 metre races. I was running the steeplechase, 3,000 metres. Can you get Walter's half class? Well, I think he's gone elsewhere, Mark. Yeah, but GTR 35, these are names through. Fancy Manchester Derby? Well, I don't care when we play them. Good day. That sounds like Death Art. Looks like an Aussie fan there. Ray, you and Andy should do a live together. We will, Chris. We will. We'll do a live. We said when we both at a game together, we will definitely do a live stream, live vlog together. It's very difficult at the moment. We need to set up a race, Ray versus White. Reece, I don't think Whitey will be fit for that. Hey, you suggest it to him. We do it for charity, and I'll definitely have Whitey race. I'm pretty sure that I'm older than him. And that actually is very good. It's a very good idea to set yourself targets. We need to expand the activities over 70 sample, but I don't think we'll do that. I think that'll be 62, 63, and that'll be it. Zinchek, 90th minute winner. That's super crisis. Emu, I hope so. White would just strip him. Actually, yeah, White would just do anything to win. Catch you next time, mate. Richard, see you later, mate. Look, these days, Whitey and me, we're probably better suited to sumo wrestling than a 100-metre sprint or a 50-metre race. But yeah, you get on to Whitey, you set it up, because he does a lot of work with Save Association, and I'd love to take him on in a charity race. Would Leon Bailey fit squad, regardless if we need him or not? He's talented. He's not a bad guy, David. Yo. Can you say, is that, oh, I missed that, yo. I mean, that went too quickly. You guys have got to keep your comments as short as possible, because I was reading the last one, and it takes so long to read it. The next one can flip off the screen. Yeah, anybody, suggest it to Whitey. Put it up to him. He's doing some stuff in May for charity. If you put it to him that if he has a race with me, I'm happy to take him on. It's not gonna be a quick race, guys. For me to do the 100 meters now, it might take me 20 seconds. I've got problems in my ankles, my Achilles, my knee, my shoulder, my hip. But I'll still take him on. Hi, my name is Penelope. Hey, shush, how you doing? Hey, Penelope, how you doing? And if you guys want me to talk like that to you, no chance. Yeah, but ask Whitey, set it up, get him to do it. I'm happy to take him on anytime. I'm your biggest fan, yo, hey. Reece Woodbridge, if I see him, I will. Bumped into him at Mary D's once. You can send him a message on Twitter. I mean, he's doing a lot of work for Save Association charity, and I think they've got a date in May where they're doing a lot of events and they're raising money for charity. You just get onto him. Get on to David White, and I'll gladly run the length of the Etihad against David White in a charity race. My name is Ben. Well, Ben, yo. Yeah. We all know who Ben is. Because it's getting cold. Oh, can you imagine that? David White against me running down the Etihad pitch. I mean, as I said, 100 metres might take us about 25 seconds. Andy's going to set it up. Oh, no. Andy actually does speak to Whitey quite often. I think I've set myself up for a fall because from my heyday, I've put on more than a stone and it's all around my waist. and my legs are creaking. I'm not chickening out. I'm not giving excuses. I'm just going to say it's going to be a tough old race for both of us. Have you thought about a hair transplant? Yes, I have. Shush, I haven't got enough hair on my head to transplant. Great draw for City Ray. Evens up the EPL game versus Spurs. Yet we played them twice in 4 days. Well, I'm sure that... I think if we're in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, that's the weekend that we play Spurs. So we might be playing in the FA Cup if we're through. Penelope, my first wife. Hey, Penelope, could be my second wife. Reese Woodbridge, you set a retweet target and at David White for a race between you two. If Andy gets hold of David White, if a few of you get hold of him, do it for charity. And I'm sure David will be up for it. He might even let me win, seeing as he took the mick out of me all those years ago, and I never forgot him. I've forgiven him now. Because we do, Andy's done the interview series with David White, and I've met him a couple of times, 2 or 3 times at Etihad Stadium, and he's a decent bloke. But in those days, he took the mick out of me. I can't forget that. Can I lick your head? Yo. Well, a few have done that already. For good luck. Yanon, I hope we don't get Tottenham. Well, we all got Tottenham. Sam Ramprasad, so Pochettino got sacked. No chance. Reese Woodbridge, I'll donate 20 quid. Tell that to David White. You guys. If you're on Twitter, if you're not following us, I'm at @ManCity_Ray. Andy's at Aviation Blue. And David White's on Twitter. Go and find him. I think it's David White 7. Go and find David White on Twitter and get this set up. Good draw for City. So how long before the FFPR headlines start again? That's Ifan Ragush. They're just going to keep going. The newspapers was there today again. Khalid, hey. And I'll say that to you as well, Khalid. Hey, how you doing, Khalid? Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're fine and dandy today. If you're around Manchester, I hope you're enjoying the weather. I mean, it's been really stormy this week. A lot of wind, a lot of rain. It's been tough out there. Sorry guys, I'm just going to flip my laptop open because I haven't got a watch on. I need to see what time it is because I got to go, I've got a bit of time. I've got to go to my kids' swimming gala. Your thoughts on getting Spurs? That's Daniel Price. Daniel, don't mind. You know, they're a good team, but we are a good team too. So is Andy live stream tonight with you? Well, it's Andy's going to be doing the live stream tonight, guys, because tonight, during the live stream, I'm going to go take my kids to Muay Thai. Are you not going to be late for your children? No, it's 1 o'clock, Adam. 1 o'clock, my kids doing the swimming. The swimming baths are about 20 minutes away. Sub to Tweety Pie. Yeah, we're better than Spurs. Khalid, take off the shades. If we win the league, FA Cup, and Champions League, take them off. Oh, that's Adam. Irfan Ragush, the best thing about the draw is I can take losing to Spurs, Ajax or Juventus. It's not like Liverpool or United. Yeah, I mean, we're all happy with the draw. We've got to be happy with that draw. It could have been slightly better, but it's good. M20K TV, the team that wins the Prem will win the Champions League, City and Pool for all that matters. Substituted by, we're going to get the quad. Well, it would be a fantastic achievement for this team. I think we deserve a lot more recognition for what we've achieved. And if we do, specs come off. Here we go. If David White beats you in a race, he personally has to take the shades off. Reese Woodbridge. Blooming it, Reese. You know, I'll tell you what. Are you wearing shades because you're stoned, sempre libre? I don't think I've ever been stoned. But if we go to, if we do get Ajax, if Ajax beat Juventus, I might well be if we go to Amsterdam. Hey, if David White beats me in a 100 metres race, I'll definitely take the shades off. He ain't saying to me, yeah, something to tweet about. Look, I'll repeat, if David White beats me in a 100 metres race for charity, I'll take the shades off, definitely. But that might convince me to go and get a proper coach. You know, I'll go to someone like Alan Wells or Linford Christie and ask for some help. Is that house, Khalid? I don't know what that means, but this is my kid's bedroom because Kaushik, your journey will end in semi-final. Well, we'll see, Kunal. Substitute, I'm not saying, and you Dinla saying as the player. I don't know what that means. Dinla. I can't guess what. I can't even guess what that means. But really, what I think of Leroy Sané, he's an absolutely fantastic player, Leroy Sané. He just sometimes needs to get his head together, be a bit more positive, be a bit more focused, and work hard all the time. Not when he loses, just work hard. And if he works harder and is more focused, he'll be one of the best in the world. GTR, BT Dix 400 is the drum behind it. Ah, right, yeah, that's broke. My other kid broke that. Reese Woodbridge, you stand well connected in training. Where you? Oh, I missed all that. Where you? That's yeah, my drum kit for my youngest son. Both my kids are very much into music. My youngest son plays the drums and the harp. I'm sure one day we'll let you listen to him playing the harp. He can also play the piano, even though he's never had a lesson in his life, because he reads music and the harp. Once you know where the notes are. I heard him play the piano once. It's like, huh? I've never seen you play the piano, and he played it well. And that's purely because he can play the harp and he can read music and he knows where all the notes are. My other lad, he plays the piano, and he also plays the djembe, which is a drum based from the west of Africa. So he plays that as well. Substituted by my player, 5 players in the city: Bernardo Silva, Sane, Fernandinho, Aguero, and Sterling. Top players, all of them. Top players. Yeah, I was talking about music. I used to play the djembe drum as well, solo instrument that I could play, and I used to play very basic with that. Adam, what do you think of Sane's contract not being signed? I think it'll be signed. There's nowhere that Leroy can go that's better than being at City right now. There's nowhere that Ilkay Gundogan can go that's better than City right now. It's the best place for footballers to come and play. If you're in the first team, why would you want to go anywhere else? I think Sane just needs to knuckle down, work hard. There's always these niggles with contract situations because their agents want to get the best deal for their player, and they know usually by asking them for a bit more money, they'll probably get it. Luke Guardiola, I'd rather have 2 hard draws over an easy draw than play Barca over 2 games. I don't mind 2 hard games, Anybody that plays City will know they're in for a hard game, they're in for a tough game. Nobody wants City in the Champions League. So, anybody that plays City will fear us. And that's good for City, It's great to have that. Get your final questions in. We finish at 12. Yeah, we've got 3 or 4 minutes to go. Then that's it. Mark the Blue. All media should hang their heads in shame as the way Raheem. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm probably Gundogan being our best midfielders. I'm not sure. I've loved he's played this season. He's one of my favourites. So we're just about to finish, guys. Any more questions? Get them in for Andy's live Q&A at 5:30. Get them in quick. So he'll be doing that. And Pep has been linked with an international job. What are you thinking about that? That's up to me. Right, no chance. There's nowhere better than being at City. His mates are here. People he believes and trusts in Cheeky and Ferran. Reese Woodbridge, my last answer, Reese. My player of the year, it's a toss-up between Raheem Sterling and Bernardo Silva. And to be honest, I think we've just got to wait to see how the rest of the season pans out before we decide who has been the best player this season. And guys, time's up. It's just about to be midday. I've got to get out, got to go and look after my kids, and got to pick my missus up from shopping. And it's been absolutely fantastic. It's been a bit hectic. It's been a bit fast-paced. Loved every single second, guys, and you guys have made this happen. You've kept me entertained. I hope I've kept you entertained. We've kept each other entertained. We've got to do this again. Andy's on at 5:30. Try and tune in to Andy's live vlog or live stream at 5:30 on Man City Fan TV. Tell all your mates. Get them involved. We want a lot of questions to Andy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And keep the questions clean. Keep your language clean. And guys, see you around soon. Up the Blues.